Okay, Assalamu alaikum. I'm Ibrahim Sahil and I will be doing airwork fly, and today we will do two instrumental approach with Cessna 172. First is the VORDME ILS approach runway 14, and second one is the VORDME arc approach for ILS runway 14. So let us get a theory about the viewer DME ILS approach. So here you can see on the top left of my screen the approach plate. So it says viewer DME ILS runway 14, and we will be expecting runway 14 for departure today. The runway head will initially fast. Okay, let us go through the approach plate. So you will see that there is ATs, Dhaka approach frequency, Dhaka tower frequency, and Dhaka ground frequency. Since we are flying in VETSIM, at the moment Dhaka approach is only online. We will be flying, we will be contacting approach initially, and we will, before contacting, we will obtain the ATs. Okay, so let us get into the important bit. We have localizer frequency, we have approach course, final approach course frequency, course heading. We have the glide slope at 6 DME, where the glide slope will alive at 1937 feet, and this is ILS decision altitude or decision height, refers to minimums. We have minimums here below. Then we have a minimum sectoring altitude is 2000 feet. Minimum sector altitude is 2000 feet, and our transition level will be flight level 60, and transition altitude is 4000 feet. Initially our plan is to depart from runway 14. We will proceed on heading 144 on runway heading. Then we will set our inbound, my bad, the outbound course of Delta Alpha Charlie to 342. So thereafter, after following the runway heading 144 for around let's say 2 miles, 2 to 3 miles, we'll start climbing to altitude 3000 feet. Thereafter, after climbing to 3000 feet, we will start flying into VOR, where we will fly outbound of the radial 342 or maybe 336, since 336 will be ideal for category 1 A and B Alpha and Bravo aircraft. Our aircraft is category Alpha, so we do not need that amount of radial here in this instance. So we'll fly for around 10 DME. Prior 10 DME, we will set our ILS and the inbound course, and then we will turn inbound for the final approach, where we will do ILS approach, automated landing approach, till let's just say around for 1000 feet or maybe 600 feet. Then I'll take manual approach and do touch and go. Then thereafter touch and go, we will again fly. We'll fly on heading 144 initially. Then we will start our VOR DME arc approach for ILS runway 14. Here I will do the after departure, we'll fly on runway heading, and we will join the radial 050 here. So radial is basically all of the radials that we know is actually outbound. So we will initially establish the outbound radial here for 12 DME, from 12 DME from Delta Alpha Charlie viewer. Then we will slowly continue on the arc, again establish on radial 355, then 344, then we will turn inbound for 144, and then we will do the ILS approach. So let us initially start with the VORDME ILS approach. Then we will you will understand also how I will do the arc approach. It's a bit interesting yet fun. And if we see the here below, these are the minimums to we will, and also this is the approach profile. Let us get started. First, let us get start the avionics bus and master battery. We will quickly take the 80s. Dhaka information is alpha. Now we will contact Dhaka approach on 121.3. So 121.300 will ask for the startup very quickly. 121.300. Okay. Dhaka approach Sierra to Mike India Sierra requesting radio check. Eh? The approach is not talking. Dhaka approach to Mike India Sierra.
Sir, to Mike India Sierra, Dhaka approach variability 4x5.
Roger, Sierra to Mike India Sierra requesting engine startup.
Sir, to Mike India Sierra, time 04, temperature 34, startup is approved.
Startup is approved, Sierra to Mike India Sierra. So yeah. So
Asia 181 Dhaka approach identified, airborne 04, continuing climb, flight level 150.
Continue climb flight level 150 for the
so let us get the checklist very quickly. Here in this case, flying as so engine start. Start mixture should be rich. Yes, it is rich. Carb master fuel pump is actually on. Beacon lights on. Where is the beacon lights? Prime as required. Throttle 1 by. I'll just put a little bit on throttle. And prop area prop is clear. Now we will start our engines. Looks like a clean startup. So ignition is start, oil pressure check, avionics switch on. We have already switched on. Radio is on and set. Okay, let me transponder. Oh, I will do that later. Wing flaps up. Mixture is lean. Mixture will put on a lean at this moment, and we are ready to go. Okay, so initially from the ground I will set my will set the localizer course on what was supposed to be the localizer 336. Shall we go for 336 or shall we go for 342? I am a bit confused on that part. Okay, let's go for 336. So after departure we'll proceed on runway heading, then we will start entering into the radial 336. So course set to okay, course is set to 336, and the heading will set to on 144. Okay, so initially after departure, and we will also press the nav button. No, sorry, initially we will fly on the heading, and altitude we will set it to 3000 feet. Okay, and there to Mike India Sierra we would like to start our taxi.
Sir, to Mike India Sierra, taxi to holding point runway 14 via November. Local QNH is 1001.
Local QNH 1001, taxi via taxi via November to hold short runway 14, Sierra to Mike India Sierra. We will not be setting
Sir, to Mike India Sierra, report your intentions of the departure.
Sir, intentions are we will be doing 2 approaches initially. We'd like to do a VORDME ILS approach for runway 14. Thereafter we'll do a touch and go, and again we will start our another approach, which is VORDME 12 DME arc approach for ILS runway 14 and while maintaining altitude 3000 feet.
Roger, sir. Clearance will be available on the way.
Roger, thank you. So all good. Start our text. So there's a bit scenery issue, but you can see the Dhaka scenery is absolutely fabulous. If you see the outside view, except this is a Microsoft update issue that will get resolved very soon. But just look at this amazing scenery. Very nice. And Dhaka approach, Sierra to Mike India Sierra. For your information, the first approach we are doing, VORDME ILS approach runway 14, we would like to maintain on runway heading for 2 miles. Thereafter, we would like to establish on outbound Delta Alpha Charlie radial 336 for teardrop approach.
Roger, sir. Sierra to Mike India Sierra, you're clear for the file approach, maintaining 3000 feet for 4150.
Cleared for the instrumental approach, squawk 4133 Sierra to Mike India.
Thai Asia 181, continue climb, flight level 260.
Continue climb flight level 260, Thai Asia 181.
Okay, so let's say this alt code 413 climb altitude good here. Sorry, my bad. Sierra to Mike India Sierra, we are now ready for departure.
Sierra to Mike India Sierra, surface 170 degrees 08 knots, clear for takeoff runway 14, report 171.
Cleared for takeoff runway 14, Sierra to Mike India. Okay, so at the moment I am not doing any kind of fully fledged checklist for Cessna 172. This is the tutorial all about approaches and other stuff, so I'll be skipping that for the moment. Okay, so all games, let me see. Okay, thrust speed alive. Power rotation at 55 knots. 55 takeoff. Okay, we'll turn on our autopilot on heading mode. So vertical speed set and heading 144. Tower Sierra to Mike India Sierra, we are airborne, passing 400 feet, initially climbing to 2000 if possible.
Sierra to Mike India Sierra, after that you are identified, continue climb 2000 feet, and just to verify, your first approach is going to be 12 DME arc approach.
Hey, sir, we are DME ILS approach for runway 14.
Roger, sir, expect weather vectors for your DME ILS approach runway 14 up to Delta Alpha Charlie.
Roger, initially expect Sir, actually, the initial plan was to fly on runway heading 144. Thereafter, we will start our right turn in and then directly establish for the uh, DME, viewer DME ILS approach.
Roger that, sir. That is approved report on inbound Delta Alpha Charlie.
Roger that. In that case, we'll report Delta Alpha Charlie here.
AirAsia 181, you are leaving my airspace. No further is available. Switch Unicom 122.8. Have a safe flight.
So we will have to set
Unicom 122.8, thanks for the service. Citation
uh,
181.
give me what that sorry, viewer frequency. So viewer frequency will be 112 decimal. So active Delta Alpha Charlie, and hopefully outside of it. View for initially will be 2000. Let us just so now we need to yeah, that's why safety off bearing 1 and as well DME. So we are 3 DME. Now we will be doing our heading after 4 miles. Yeah, 4 miles. Let us will be turning our heading to right, slowly right turn heading. So we'll be turning slowly, and here to Mike India Sierra, we are now turning for the Delta Alpha chart.
Roger that.
So here to Mike India Sierra, requesting altitude.
Sir, to Mike India Sierra,
No.
descent 2000.
I'm to 3000 feet here to Mike. Vertical speed 1000 feet. So here now we are establishing on the outbound radial. So we'll be climbing 3000 feet now in a moment. Picture is good. Our radial is set to 336.
Sir, to Mike India Sierra, you are clear for the correction. You are clear for VOR DME ILS approach runway 14. Report turning outbound Delta Alpha Charlie.
Roger that, cleared for the approach. Will report outbound Delta Alpha Charlie on radial 3. Yeah, to my yes. Yes, sweet. You can also do the classic Cessna 172, no issues, but I opted to take the G1000 option so that you guys can see what is happening in here. Page airport. We are now overhead Dhaka. Will be now. Our VFR map. now on radial 336, and now and approach confirm. We are able to descend now 2000 feet.
Affirmative, sir. 2000 feet, report turning inbound, response 4.
Roger, descend altitude 2000 feet, report turning inbound, sir. Yes, sir. We'll be now starting our descent. And also, sir, for your information, we have established outbound of letdown Delta Alpha chart.
Roger, continue.
So descent altitude is set. We'll now start our descent very, very slowly. And we can see the Dhaka airport. So we are 2.7 miles, so we will be targeting 9.8 miles. At that instant, I will turn my VOR switch to on the radial 144 so that we can start turning inbound. We are now 6 miles. Okay, so our in the standby mode we have selected our what that called, forgot the ILS frequency. Yep, I didn't forget actually. We have selected our ILS frequency, and we have as usual we have our the VOR frequency. So we will start to turn for our concourse very, very slowly. So 9.5, we can now start our turning actually at 9.8, 9.9. Now we can start. The course will be 144. So let us quickly switch to inbound course 144. 144. Okay, the inbound course set to 144. Now we are now turning inbound for the into the VOR for the approach, and then we will select we'll hit our ILS exactly at 8 miles. Approach at the moment speed is good, 100 knots. So I will try to maintain that for the moment. Snap Delta Alpha. Oh, okay. So we have the runway inside. Something is wrong. Calm down, boy. Yeah, as expected. Okay, don't worry. Let us turn again. Let us turn again for the again on the radial 342 now, so that we can cover up our mess up there in this case. .4 miles is absolutely fine. The thing is, there are some issues on doing the manual approaches like this in MSFS, and these type of issues are very common, so which is very understandable. Now we'll be turning again for the 144. Okay, so we will do it now slowly. We'll initially do on radial 150. Let us reduce the approach speed. Okay, now let us set our course to 144. Okay, let us go to the heading mode, since I think there are some issues. Now we will set our course to 144 heading mode. Okay, so now we are on the final, so I have selected our course to 144. We have switched our frequency from NAV now to ILS, from VOR to ILS, and we have clicked our approach button. Glide slope is alive, localizer is on 144, so all good. Now we'll be starting our ILS approach. The mess ups have happened all because there are some issues with Microsoft Flight Simulator that it sometimes it cannot stick to the certain radials. So the developers are fixing with that, but overall the main idea was that we are turning slowly by slowly for the approach and following the manual inbound course. So our ideal speed should be around 65 to 70 knots. I will maintain this particular speed at around 3 DME. Initially we will be doing at around 80, so it is showing that 4.8 nautical miles. And our heading selected 144, so that after departure we will be starting our another approach, which is 12 DME arc. That's one set. Flaps 2 set, and I'll also set the flaps 3. I was a bit late setting on the flaps, but it's alright. The main idea is not showing how to fly, but main idea is showing how to do the approaches properly. Around 65 to 70 knots will be the approach speed here in this case. Unfortunately, the approach controller got offline because of the electricity issues, but nevertheless, we can do the approaches by our own manually. Okay, from here we can do our autopilot off. Yep, autopilot now off. And do our manual approach. Five hundred is checked. It looks good. Targeting for the touchdown marker. There. Cut out. Very nice. So now set the mixture to full reach. And now we'll be laps up. We're doing takeoff. So 55 knots. Let me set the vertical speed again initially, and then we'll start our autopilot off. Heading is selected. Okay, sweet. So now we'll be doing our this one, the VORDME arc approach for ILS on a 1.4. Here we will fly towards the 050 radial manually. So let us we have to let us enter fast initially on the radial. Let me see, 090, yeah. So let us start enter radial 090. So we will now do the nav, and that should be 1 to 12 DME. Exactly we have to do at 12 DME, otherwise it will not follow properly. Yes, that will not be an issue. First we have to fly into the DME, then we will start our 12 DME arc. Okay, it will start flying overhead. Delta Alpha Charlie viewer initially, then it will start doing publishing, and if not, then it's an issue again, and we will see. Otherwise, if it does not work correctly, we'll have to do a bit manually. That will not be an issue. So all good. We'll have to also set the heading on 0900. The yeah, hopefully now it should do the work. Okay, it seems that it's not working properly, so in that case I will just, oh yeah, I forgot to set set the what that called, set the nav radio to Delta Alpha Delta. Obviously that should happen here in that case. So again we'll go into viewer mode. Hopefully this time it will selected smoothly. Let us enter into radial 080. We'll start now climbing to 3000 feet. Okay, so 085 will now start climbing 3000 feet. Vertical speed, feet per minute. So exactly at 11 mile we will switch to heading mode. Yes, we'll switch to heading mode. Then we'll have to pass every outbound radial following every outbound radial with the help of heading mode. I will show you will get to know when I will do that thing. It will be visible here in the screen. So yeah, we'll have to wait for 12 DME. Okay, so 5 point. So 7.2 miles. Let me set the heading. So heading is 085. I have to set the exact heading according to the viewer course at the moment. Then we'll start going towards the radial slowly. We will get a hit. So when established on radial 335, we'll start our descent a bit early. so that we can be on the safe zone. Let me increase the range. Okay, 9.3 miles at exactly uh, I would say 11 miles we will switch to heading mode, and at exactly 11.8 miles we will start our the turning for the DME aircraft road. Here you will see another picture. Here you will see another picture of the VFR map. So at 11 miles I will switch to heading mode now, and now as our initial outbound radial is 050 according to the chart, we will set the cruise course to 050. We'll from 080, let us from 080 let us start for smoothness, let us start by so we have already passed, so let us get into heading. For the smoothness of smooth turns, we will turn cross every radials by 10 degrees, and a bit increase on the side. I mean, here it is said that I need to make it to be on 1 to DME, 12 DME from the delta alpha channel, but that will not affect that much if the distance is increased on the safe side. Okay, so here you will see when this bar is getting aligned, we will quickly set our course another 10 degrees. So another 10 degrees now. So I will set it to 060. Then we will start our heading perpendicularly to that bar. So set 10 degrees apart, perpendicular to the bar. 10 degrees apart, perpendicular to the bar. We have to fly up. When you will see that bar is getting aligned or getting close to the viewer section, we will again increase reduce the course by 10 degrees, and we will again turn heading perpendicularly to the course set. You know what, let us start our descent meanwhile, very slowly. So speed, vertical speed we will set to -300. That speed I will reduce a bit. Initially the circling will not be will not be that perfect, but practice actually will do the work. The more you practice, the better it will. Okay, so we will now turn the course 10 degrees again. Wait for a bit. Now turn 10 degrees, 050. and we'll start our heading again perpendicular to that. So we will be crossing radial 050 very soon. So here we will be crossing, then it's a long process, cross radial one by one. I'll be showing the full approach slowly, but you can actually skip the video and go on to the final phase if you. So we have actually descended very quickly the way ahead. That should problem. We are maintaining 12.2 miles. So see, if the distance really was 1 or 2 nautical miles greater than what we have planned, that should not be issue, because it will reduce a bit actually when you will be doing, because some of the times you do a overturn or underturn, which reduces or increases from. It's all fine. You can actually increase the speed for a faster approach. Okay, now okay. So you see that distance has reduced a bit at 0.1 miles defined, because our ILS starts from 8 miles, so we are pretty on the same. Okay. So we'll be on the quick step zone. We have passed the 050 radial. We are passing now 030. Now let us 020. For this instance, you as there is no traffic, you can just keep your eye on the instrument. Now we will be direct we'll turn now direct to 005. We'll here in this case we'll go if 15 degrees. Okay. So we are in the good track at the moment. Oops, my bad. Maintaining 2000, we can actually shift to Unicom very quickly, giving announcement within the frequency. Meanwhile, let me turn the viewer. Dhaka traffic, Sierra to Mike India Sierra. We are doing a 12 DME arc approach for ILS runway 14. We are crossing, will be now crossing radial 35. Okay, so if we get down a bit, Dhaka should be on our behind the airport. That's just so now we will put the course now 345. Now we'll be turning our heading a bit. Then we'll be crossing radial 335 and then sorry 355. We have already passed 355. Then we'll be crossing radial 334. Then we'll be turning inbound directly. And at that moment I will switch the net frequency to ILS very quickly. Quick rest. Okay, so 11.3 miles is very good distance, no issues. So now radial 334, the heading mode heading 240, sorry 245. So that us put our aircraft into the downwind, sorry, into the base leg of the approach. Now airport will be on 90 degrees side. Yep, so there's the runway, I believe. We have an outside view. Okay. At this moment we need to actually check our instrument very minutely. Yep, that's our terminal. So airport inside. We have 11.2. So now we'll be now turning our course for 144. We will 144, and meanwhile we will be turning our heading to 144 very quick. And we'll put our course to 144 as well. Heading set to 174, right? Let us put our heading to 16. So course should go on 144. Okay. So no issues at all. It should be at 3. 144. Okay. So now nav set to ILS. We'll now put the approach button. Enable the approach button. So a bit we can turn to the right. so that it can actually establish on the ILS. We had a bit issue. We didn't completed our turn properly from the DME into the ILS, but a bit of practice and maintaining the 12 DME constant should do the trick here in this. But no issues. Nevertheless, we will be establishing our ILS on, and now we do our speed reduction. Till now turn. Have I pressed the approach button? It seems that it has not properly established. Probably not. We have to do manual approach, but no issues. So flaps on set. So now flaps to it. That's full set. We have descended a bit.
$500.
500 is low on the very low on the glide actually, but no issues. Dhaka traffic Bangladesh correction CR to Mike India Sierra short finals runway 14. Just it then like it and glide it through the touchdown zone and flare at the very end. Oh, finish. I can actually stop it here. I can take this. Shall I take the rapid exit or Charlie, since we are very near? So just okay. So that's all. So I hope that you have enjoyed enjoyed the lesson. Basically, my main focus was to make you understand. Yeah, I have done a lot of mistakes, and also there are some issues with the flight sims that it could not maintain the proper radial. But however, my main thing was to give you the knowledge how to fly these approaches if you are flying on Cessna 172 or any general aviation aircraft. But what I was about to highlight, I have done it, and I hope that you also understand it, like how all the thing works and stuff like that. And so I hope that you have enjoyed the video, and I hope you will understand all the procedures and the approach, how to read the approach plates and stuff. And for today, I will leave, and I will take your regards, and thanks for watching. Have a good day. Bye bye.